Now, let's be clear. The Obama accusation that Trump is doing as far as, Obama committed treason because of the Russian collusion, etc., is hogwash. And it's not really meritorious of us covering it. But what I did want to cover is how Meet the Press handled it. And believe it or not, I want to give them partial credit, partial kudos for doing it. Because what happens too often with the mainstream media is that while they challenge Democrats and progressives often and consistently, they normally give Republicans a pass. They normally allow Republicans to come on the networks, to come on our airwaves that we own, to mislead us, to lie to us, and they accept the bullying willfully. Well, today, Kristen Welker didn't allow that from Lindsey Graham. And I want to give her kudos for that. So I want you to see how not only was she ready for him, she had her material. Many a times they're not ready for the interview that they're doing, and they allowed the Republicans to run rings around them. I don't know if it's that they're not ready, because they have producers who do all this work. Unlike independent media that doesn't have a lot of help, they do have a lot of help to help them out. I want you to listen to this exchange, because not only did she challenge him in real time, she had the receipts with all the things that he had said previously. So check this out, and then we'll take it on the other side.
Senator Graham, let me ask you about this twist that happened this week. President Trump seemed to want to try to shut down questions about the Epstein files by accusing former President Obama of treason. This came as his director of national intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard, declassified documents which allege top Obama officials manufactured information related to Russian interference in the 2016 election. Now, Senator, as you are well aware, this actually contradicts a bipartisan Senate intelligence report led by Marco Rubio, which found that Russia did, in fact, interfere in the election. Do you actually believe that former President Obama committed treason?
Well, I think somebody needs to look at what we found. The Intel Committee looked at the matter, and they said in 2017, the intelligence analysis of 2017 showing that Russia was trying to interfere in our election was real. They didn't achieve their goal. But what she found, Ms. Gabbard, is that in 2016, the intelligence community told President Obama there's no evidence that Russia was involved in trying to change the outcome of the election. And he supposedly told a group of people, keep looking, and the analysis changed. So what we're looking at is what role did Obama play in 2016 to change the narrative that resulted in 2017? I'm not alleging he committed treason, but I am saying it bothers me. It's disturbing that this is new information. And now you got the number 2 guy at the FBI, Mr. Bongino, saying he's seen things that has changed his life. And I assume now he's referring to Russia. So the best way to handle this is if there is evidence of a crime being committed or suspected evidence of a crime being committed, create a special counsel to look at it. I think that's the best way to go.
Okay, let me follow up with you on your calls for a special counsel investigation. As you know, Senator, there was already a Trump-appointed special counsel at the time investigating the origins of the Russia probe. It did not find any evidence of political interference. And, Senator, at the time, you agreed with the findings of the intelligence community. I want to play back what you said at the time. Take a look.
The Russians did it. It was the Russians who tried to interfere in our election. Every member of the committee agrees it was the Russians. They didn't change the outcome, but they did release information embarrassing to the Democratic Party. It did affect Hillary Clinton. There's only one person in Washington that I know of that has any doubt about what Russia did in our election, and it's President Trump.
Senator, are you now saying that you don't believe that Russia tried to interfere in the 2016 election?
But what I'm saying is that this is new evidence. This is something I didn't know, you didn't know, that in 2016, Obama suggested, I don't like the outcome that there's no evidence Russia was involved. Well, now we all say Russia was involved, but in 2016, they said Russia wasn't involved. What the hell happened? Let's get a special counsel.
Hold on, Senator. As you know, former President Obama has weighed in through a spokesperson. He says that's just patently false. I actually spoke to Susan Miller, who's a former senior CIA officer who helped oversee the 2017 intelligence assessment on Russian interference. She says it's completely false that Obama or anyone else asked them to change or sway their investigation. She says she says, and she's a Republican, says they all would have quit if that had happened. Senator, are you trying to rewrite history to distract from the Epstein matter, Senator?
No, I'm trying to let you know and the media know that we found something we didn't know before.
Senator, you're saying there's something new. This report goes back to 2020. It's 5 years old. There's actually nothing new in this report and nothing that changes any conclusion. But I want to talk about Gaza.
Turned over is new to me.
Senator,
it's new to me.
But Senator,
you're trying to sweep this stuff under the rug, and that's not right.
But Senator, you know that at the time you said you did believe the assessments and the multiple investigations.
Great. Now, here is a funny thing. Before I give her a bit of kudos for challenging this senator that is nothing more than a sycophant, guy that actually said Donald Trump could never win, would never win, or they will not allow to win. But anyhow, notice what they want you to believe. The investigation took place in 2017. The report came out and said that in fact, Russia was involved. But it didn't have a material effect on the voting machines. But as far as social media, etc., Russia did have a big influence on pushing Donald Trump's notions, if you will. But that happened in 2017 that they said it. The thing that they want to go back to is 2016. So how comes you're backing up to 2016 when in 2017 already the facts were proven? And then in 2020, when Donald Trump was already president, even his Department of Justice came out and said the same thing. And for those who say the Mueller report didn't show any collusion with Russia, you are dreaming. Read the report. The report explicitly points out all the different interactions between the Donald Trump campaign, etc., and Russia. I mean, there is no doubt that Russia had involvement in the campaign. But secondly, let's be clear here. Even Lindsey Graham points that out, and he didn't get that out of thin air. He got out of all the investigations that were being done. Russia was involved in actually both of these elections in the ability to move public sentiment, and they did it. But anyhow, let's give Kristen Welker a kudos on this one, because the mainstream media partially did its job. What would have been better if she stayed on the lie as opposed to moving on the subject? Maybe she should have ended the discussion and saying, Graham, I agree with the Graham that told the truth several years ago. The Graham today is simply not doing so.
We spend a lot of time deconstructing the news, trying to parse it into a form that everybody can understand. We try to find those little nitpicks where it flies above the fray, etc. If you really like these videos that we do, I want to ask a big favor. Please go ahead, number one, subscribe to our channel, and number two, please join if you can. Thank you so kindly for watching. Keep watching. Please remember to share. We must populate the entire internet with our progressive message, a message that we know is what most Americans say that they want. So help us, please join.